Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. We're going to be starting out with this session. And today I have with me one of my student, Roshan. He's cleared CFA Level 1 in the February 2021 exam. And today he's going to share with us his experience of preparing for CFA Level 1 and what has been his journey of what are challenges he faced and all the discussion related to that exam. So first of all, thank you, Roshan. Thank you for putting your time and giving us your valuable time to help and to the community so that people who are going for CFA Level 1, they can understand from your experience how you have been able to clear the exam. So thank you very much for joining in.
Thank you for inviting me, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you and talk to you.
Yeah, thank you, Roshan. Thank you, Roshan. So the first question, for the benefit of the audience, Roshan, give us a brief introduction about yourself in the sense that when you decided to go for a CFA, what has been your status? What were you doing at that point in time?
So I was in my college. I was doing BCom. I was in my second year. Actually, before doing CFA, I was doing actuaries, but due to some reasons, I couldn't pass the exam. So I was a bit disheartened. So I decided to switch the course that I was doing. So after doing the research, I came across CFA. Then I started looking into it, like what is CFA? What does a CFA do? What does it include? And then slowly and steadily, I did my research, and then I came across your classes. So then I contacted you.
Okay.
That's the brief. Like that's how I started my CFA journey. Like I was in my second year.
Okay. Now you were initially about to go for June 2020 exam.
That's right.
Right. And then so obviously the pandemic came and the exam got postponed. But the information came in the month of March that there's COVID and things are going to get shut.
Right.
Before that, how was your preparation going?
I started my preparation the day I entered your class. Like I did not wait for like a second or third day. I got my books and then I started doing my own reading. Though you were teaching in the class, but I also continuously started doing my reading. Like not much, but like I just started reading casually. Then I started highlighting the technical words or the jargons which I did not know. Like there are many financial terms. I started going through them. I started reading the concepts. And then simultaneously, I was also like practicing what you used to teach in the class, like doing a revision.
Okay. One point over here. Now, when you started the preparation, out of the total 10 books, did you found any book difficult? At the first instance, when you looked at the book and you said, okay, this is something very new.
Actually, FRA and FRA for particular reason, I found it a bit difficult. Like I was like reading, but still I couldn't like understand few concepts here and there. Like rest all books were also difficult. I'm not saying they were not difficult, but they were manageable and I did manage them. But FRA for some reason I was finding a bit difficulty to handle.
Okay. So when you were preparing before the pandemic hit, so you like you said, you were doing your own preparation, you again coming to the class and doing your revision and then probably going to the solving of the question bank and all of it, right? And then the pandemic news came in and your exam got postponed. So was there any change in the way you were preparing from that information?
Yeah. What happened was at the same time, me and my college exams got cancelled and my CF exam got cancelled. So I decided to take like a small break of 2 to 3 weeks. Like not 2 to 3 weeks, I would say like around like 1.5 months. Like I did not study much. Like I would just go through it. I did not take it seriously. Like I would read here and there, even only if my mind was into it. Like I did not care more for the CFA curriculum at that time.
Okay. Was there any disheartened feeling or you were tensed because the exam got postponed because you have to read it again now? You have to bring in that momentum. So any such thing happened?
Yeah, there was a bit sadness, but I was also happy that I'll get some more time to like prepare more. Like I was like I was a bit disappointed, but more than that, I was like it's a good thing for me because I knew that I couldn't complete for the June 2020 exam. So I was like a bit happy that maybe I will get some more time to prepare and I will prepare properly.
Okay. And so you almost took a break of 1 month, 1.5 months.
Yeah.
And then how did you start again? You kick-started the preparation. So you started from which book primarily?
So I started from equity. I started equity and then I did corporate finance and then cons. And simultaneously, I also started doing ethics. Like every day for 30-40 minutes at the end of the day, I would read 2 to 3 pages because ethics is a very tricky subject. So I made
Right.
sure that I was reading continuously, that I did not take any break on that subject.
Okay. Now, when we were doing quant, okay, because see, you're coming from BCom background.
Yeah, accounts background.
So because a lot of people who come from commerce primarily, they face certain challenge in quant. What was your experience with that?
I actually did not face much challenge because, as I said, I was doing actuaries. Though I failed, but I knew all those concepts which were there. Like for me, CFA level 1 cons was very simple. Like it was not that hard because I knew, like, because I was doing actuaries. So though I failed, but I knew like what is this concept, what is that concept. So I was not very shocked to see. Like I enjoyed doing the cons.
So now once the quant is gone, so you're not worried about it. Apart from FRA, what was your thought process on the other books? Like, for example, your derivative, because a lot of people also face challenge over there. Then equity. So any feedback on that side? What was your experience reading that content?
Equity and all were like quite informative. I actually enjoyed reading it because it was like enriching my mind while reading the books. But derivatives was kind of tricky. Like there are some like the options and swap options and all those concepts, the forward rate agreements and all, they were a bit tricky. Like it was a bit confusing in a way, but I kind of managed it.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't say I managed 100%, but still somewhere like around 90% of the concept I grasped it.
Okay. Did you do anything additional or any other process to remember the formulas?
Yeah, actually I started, like I made a book and I started writing down all the formulas of all the books, like all 10 subjects. I started writing whatever formulas, whichever, whether it is for cons or it is for corporate finance or equity or derivatives. I made sure that I started writing down the formulas, and I also made like personalized notes and all in the book itself, so that at the end of the when the exam is coming nearer, I will go through those formulas and personalized notes, and I will not touch anything new.
Okay, so and this was primarily possible because you got time.
Yeah, it was possible because I got time. It was not decided, but I thought since I have time, so why not utilize it?
Okay, so and again your December exam got postponed to Feb.
Yeah.
Feb 2021. Yeah. Now,
December.
Now, when we are looking at Feb 2021, when was the time when you were able to complete your first reading of all the books? Only reading. I'm not talking about the question banks. Only reading.
Like the distribution was quite unequal, I would say. Like for December, I had completed almost all the books except for economics and FRA. Like except for economics and FRA, almost all other books had been completed, and I had read them around, like I would say twice or thrice. Like if I have to say about the reading, like I started reading very quickly, so I had completed almost like 2 to 3 times the reading part.
And you are saying before the news came that the exam has got deferred for December, you had only FRA and economics was pending.
Right.
And in terms of the
pending, as in like from I was doing the reading part, but not much with like proper attention as such. I just wanted to get myself acquainted with the concepts. Like I just wanted to know that how difficult this is. So that's
okay.
Yeah.
Now, with respect to question bank solving, so you had the chapter wise questions, you had the mock papers. Now, how did you so what was the plan of solving the question bank? Chapter wise question bank. Which book you picked up the first?
So as I said earlier, I picked up equity and corporate finance first. So what I would do was go through your video lectures and then read by myself. And then after that, I would do the question bank, and then I would repeat the same process, like next chapter, video lectures, reading, and then solving the question bank. So I made this kind of I did this with a consistency, so that like I would complete in a month or two, like I would complete almost like 50% of the subject of CFA.
Okay, because you had some reading done previously, so your revision was fast, and your question bank solving also was fast. Okay.
Right.
Now, in terms of the question bank solving, so how were you dealing with difficult questions?
There were questions that were very difficult. Like I would get frustrated when I saw them. But then I decided if I had to do it, I had to do it. There was no other option. So I would get upset, but then I would sit again, and then I would go through the solution and make sure that I mark those questions, like which the difficult one, I mark them and then I practice them again. Like after doing it once or twice, then I got a hand on it, the questions.
Okay, perfect. And so by the end of December,
Right.
I'm talking for the Feb exam, Feb 2021 exam.
Right.
By the end of December, what was your state in terms of preparation?
Though it was not complete, like 100% I had completed all my studies, but I was like deep down confident that even if I had to give the exam, I would pass. Like there was this confidence. I don't know how did I get it, but I had that confidence that I knew I will pass somehow. Like even though I have not completed studies, but I know that I can.
Is it because of the question bank solving that you did some exhaustive question bank solving and the notes that you had prepared?
Yeah, because I was doing the question bank from early periods, so I like knew that how the difficulty of the question is. So I was not really like worried about the difficulty factor, that surprise element which is there in the exam. I knew that I had come across it very early, so I was not very upset about it.
Okay. And in the month of January, primarily you did your revision and mock papers.
My exam was on 1st of March, the 1st of March. So I started my proper preparation from 1st February, like exactly 1 month before the exam.
In terms of mock solving?
Yeah, in terms of mock solving and all, I did 2 weeks before the exam.
How many mocks were you able to solve?
I was able to solve around, like, I think CFA Institute provides with 3 mocks plus the 2 mocks that are on the Swagger books that provides. So I gave 4 mocks.
Almost 4 mocks. Okay. And you were able to score consistently?
The score was like around 68, 67, like around that range. But I was not upset because my goal was not to, like, I was trying to get a particular score, but my goal was to like come across that exam fear and that surprise element. I just want, because you said from the day one that the exam is going to be exhaustive. There will be a morning session and the afternoon session, and people do get exhausted by the second half of the exam. So I just wanted to like mentally prepare myself for the lengthy question, the exam style. So I constantly, like, I did not care much. I just kept on giving the mocks because I just wanted to get myself acquainted with all the 10 subjects on one piece of paper. So I just kept on giving mocks.
Okay, perfect. And what happened on the day of the exam? So can you share your experience?
Yeah,
what was the difficult level of the exam? And
day of the exam was the best day of my life, I would say. Like I had never been so calm in my entire life. Like I was not really worried about, though I freak out a lot on the day of the exam and we had to go to some other like town. So I was not freaking out as such. We reached there early and I was like very much calm and composed by myself. I was going through the formulas which I told you earlier. When I had written, I was going through those formulas and the personalized notes. And then by the time of the exam, I was comfortable giving the exam. I had no problem.
So in the morning session, how was your morning session?
Morning session was quite easy. I completed the paper quite earlier, but still I made sure that till the end of the duration, I did not submit the paper because I kept on like revisiting each and every question to make sure that I had I had ticked all the right answers, and even those which I was not quite sure, they gave a piece of paper, and on on that paper I wrote all the question numbers, the one which I had doubt. So then I would keep revisiting those questions and I would keep asking myself, is this the right answer? Is that the right answer? So then accordingly I submitted the paper. Like I did not hurry in submitting the paper because I knew I had the time. So
the morning session, did you face any problem with FRA or economics, which were a difficult book?
No, they were not that, like, they were difficult, but I did not like worry a lot about the questions. I just kept doing what I knew.
Okay. And what about the afternoon session?
Afternoon session was a bit difficult. Not exactly difficult, I would say. It was a bit tricky, but it was manageable.
Okay. For all the books, there was no specific.
There was no particular like a very difficult question. There might have been, but I was comfortable doing some. Like I knew I had done almost all the questions right. There might be few questions, like 10 to 15 questions that might be here and there, which I was not quite sure of. But still, I knew that I could manage this.
Okay. And in terms of because yours was a CBT exam. So
Right.
what was your strategy? So whichever question you were able to solve, you were able to understand, you solved that first. Difficult question you skipped for the start, and then you went on
Right.
again. Okay.
Right. That's what I did. Like, I started, like, I did not want to waste time on the questions that I had like doubt, or I made sure that the questions which I was quite sure of, I did them first, and then after that, when I completed the whole paper, I came back to those questions which I had like skipped or which I had doubt in. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So primarily your exam day was not problematic as such. You reached properly. You were able to go for the exam properly. There was no issue as such. When the result came in, what was your overall percentile? Was it, what range it was into?
There is no exact like it was. I don't remember. Like, there is this minimum passing score. So I
was
did
it above
not
the 90 percentile up or below it?
No, it was not above 90 percentile. It was around like 88 percentile, I think. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think so during your exam time, the pass percentage was decent. Because
Yeah,
right
it
now
was
the
decent.
exam pass percentages have gone down.
Yeah,
So you've been lucky.
I was quite lucky to pass it during that time.
Right, because now it is like 26, 25, 22.
Right.
It's ranging from that. And I feel that this is going to be there for some time now.
Yeah.
Because the exam is getting, the difficulty level of the exam is not on the content now. It is more on the competition, that the kind of people who are sitting for the exam.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is where, because if you look at the content, it's not very tough. It's only vast. The level CFA level 1 is vast.
Yeah, but it's intimidating.
Because it covers a hell lot of topics. It covers your quant, economics, everything. You might be good at something, but you will obviously feel the pain of some books which you have never done in your life.
Right.
That is what the flavor of CFA level 1 and primarily the entire course of CFA is.
Exactly.
Right. And after the result, what has been your experience? When you're talking to people, they know about you. Was there been any recognition, your college, your friends, your family? What happened?
Yeah, like everyone was very like pleasantly surprised to know that I passed level 1. And even I got for few job interviews, like they were surprised to know that a student of the third year BCom student has completed level 1. So I had that, I knew that that this professional course as such is has quite an impact on your resume. So I'm like very happy right now that I'm doing CFA.
Okay, wonderful, great. I'm sure the experience that you've shared is going to help people in their preparation, because see, you have seen the entire pandemic period. You had to go through the content again and again. You were not sure whether the exam is going. That was exhausting, right? And you were not sure when the exam is going to happen. Will it happen or not? What is going to be the state? So to maintain that motivation during that period and constantly read and solve, it takes a lot of effort. And you have been able to do that and clear the exam. That's a wonderful achievement. And I am sure a lot of people who are going to watch this interview of yours will get motivated to go for the exam and give the exam, because college students, like for example, you have been able to clear the exam in the first attempt. So a lot of people who are in their corporates, who are in their first year, second year of job and planning to go for CFA would definitely benefit from this interview, your interaction. Okay?
Right.
Thank you, Roshan. Thank you for your time. And I hope to see you again after level 2 in the same interview.
Let's hope.
Yes, you will. And you will be sharing your experience about level 2 preparation and all of it.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roshan. Bye. Take care.
Bye, sir.